Well, first of all, Happy New Year to you, Neil, and great to have you back in the side, because you've been away a wee while.
I've been, Stuart. It's great to be back. I've missed it, Ken, and that's what you play rugby for today. They kind of battles, border derbies, Ken, with a good laugh on the pitch and hard battling. Ken, there's tackles going in and all that, and it's great to play in. So it should be played rugby.
Good to see you with a smile on the face, because you've gone through a few bad times recently.
I don't know, it needs a spell lately, Ken. It's been frustrating, but I'm back now and just enjoying my rugby again, Stuart, so it's good to be back.
Now, it wasn't long ago that we were seeing Curry put 80 points past you, and the alarm bells were ringing. Today, spot on.
Our defence hasn't been the best this year. We've looked at a few points this year to the lesser opposition, with no disrespect to them, but again, we came up against a top team today. Again, top team in Scotland basically are playing against today, and our defence was spot on, and just to give away 8 points is giddy, Ken. It's heartening to see the boys putting in that effort and rewarding the coaches and that for the hard work for the season and all that, and hopefully it's a start of a new year for us. But we're doing as good as the last game, and it's past now, and we've got Berwick and Whitecrest coming up, so we just have to rise to that again now.
That team you were playing today in Melrose wasn't far off the top team.
I take my hat off to Melrose again. They showed us a lot of respect today to come over to Philip Hawke with their full team. He could have quite easily, it's a meaningless game really, but they could quite easily have put out first and seconds, but full gratitude to Melrose again for doing that, and I thank them for it, really, because you want to test yourself against the best, and we did.
We're not far away now from Premier C, and of course the great thing, lots of border matches have been happening, lots of competitive rugby during the Christmas period.
Aye. And
that's going to stand you in good stead, because the teams outside the area haven't had that competitiveness.
No, we played Heriots on Thursday night, we played the night against Melrose. I think the seconds got a game on Thursday night. You need these games, you can't keep you have to keep on ticking over the fitness, it's fitness wins the games, and I thought it looked okay today, there's a few tired boys out there, but we hung in well, and we dug it in at the end.
And the target has to be topping Premier C.
SELKIRK should be up there, it's not going to be easy. A lot of hard teams in there. They're going to be battling for their lives, and they're going to be playing like how we played today. They're going to be fighting for everything, and we have to scrap ahead, and we just have to be ready for that fight. If we drop our standards, we'll struggle, and we have to be up there, meet it head on, and try and top that league. That's your aim.
Great to see more youngsters coming through the SELKIRK ranks. We got, I think against Heriots you had 3 God's marks on the pitch, and you had young hooker today doing extremely well. All good for the future.
It's great, There's Heriots, there's Alan Lambie, Mikey Davis, Rory Banks, the God's marks. All the boys in the day, James Beck, Scott MacDonald, Ewan McDougall, all great players, and it's good to see. So future's bright, hopefully.
Well, Graham Dodds, everyone said this was a meaningless fixture. There's no such thing when it's SELKIRK against Melrose, is there?
No, absolutely not. I mean, we knew this week that it was fair enough, we're out the cup, but it was a big game. Come down to Philip Hawke, and we've had a few bad experiences down here, and we wanted to go in and win this game because we're building towards January the 14th against Dundee. We put a lot of emphasis on winning this game and winning it well and getting back into our structures and getting our confidence back up for that fixture, but we let ourselves down again today, and our game management from probably from 8, 9, 10, it was quite poor.
Interesting as well, because SELKIRK, I was just talking to Juro just now, a couple of years ago, less than that even, they were leaking 80 odd points because they had a poor defence. They seem to have certainly corrected that, and they gave you a tough time.
They definitely did, and they're very, very strong, close into rucks and mauls, and we didn't really ask them too many questions. We kind of played into their hands a little bit, and that's where they were strong, and the ferociousness of the tackles showed. I mean, they're a very, very committed side as always, and they'll come back. There are a lot of good promising guys in that squad, and 2 or 3 years time I think they could be back up Prem 1.
Now, it's very unusual to see Melrose with 3 L's in the column. Very unusual that. I can't remember, in fact, the last time that happened. Obviously, with a club like Melrose, there's no such thing as you're in crisis, but there's obviously a lot of work to do before the Premier A.
Yeah, there absolutely is. I mean, we've only got 2 weeks now until that Dundee fixture, and there'll probably be 5 or 6 big training sessions in within that 2 weeks just to try and correct all the wrongs we're making at the minute. We've still got a lot to play for. We get back into it this week. We'll back down Thursday night and Peebles on Saturday and try and kick on.
Ewan Robbie with me. Ewan, you'll quite happily start off the new year with a win like that.
Oh, it's a great start. Some outstanding displays for the young boys, and a couple of injuries maybe put a damper on things, but we'll have a look at them. And no, great result for us.
Now, the defence has traditionally been not so good in the last couple of years for SELKIRK. Today it was awesome.
Oh, it was great. I mean, we've worked quite hard in defence lately, but it's just, again, it's it's taken a wee time to get the system going, and just I mean, their hearts and desire, that's the main thing, and that's what worked really hard.
And youngsters being blooded again today, some good boys coming through.
No, it's great, it's excellent. We're always going to use this time to blood the youngsters and close the gap between our second and first team. And
a dream start, Fraser Harkness waltzing through the Melrose defence. Not many people do that this season.
No, it was great. It was good build up to that, and good. They saw a bit of mismatch and they took the boy on, so it was great.
So you can go forward with a lot of confidence.
Yes, we can. But the most important thing now is move on and get ready for Whitecross.
Well, Cammy, always a tough match against Selkirk, and a lot of people would say that's a bit of a surprising result, but their defence was superb.
Yeah, you've got to hand it to Selkirk. They played pretty well. They came out with a game plan. They work hard for each other. We were probably just a little bit off it today, and you can't afford to be 1 or 2% off it when you come over to Selkirk.
Very unusual to see Melrose going down to our third straight defeat.
Yeah, we'll just have a little chat about it just now, and we'll turn up on Tuesday. Got a game against Peebles, then we're into this league split, and at the end of the day we've got 7 games to retain that league, so it'll be hard work. But there's a lot of good players in there, maybe not performing for one reason or another, so that's something that we'll have to sort out.
The target, of course, is the Premiership A, and still a couple of weeks before that to sort any problems out.
Yeah, we're out the Border League final, we're out the Cup. We've only really got one thing to concentrate on, whereas last season we had 3 or 4 things that we had an eye on. This season we've got 1, so it makes it a little bit easier. So we just need to focus on our performance, building this Saturday against Peebles and then into that game against Dundee.
A good try though for Bruce Dick at the end, and there was a lot of pressure from Melrose, which you could see that try was coming, but in the end it wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, we had far more pressure in that second half, but to come away with just 1 try, it's not good enough. We set fairly high standards for ourselves, and that wasn't good enough. We're down in there 22, a good proportion of that second half, and you've got to come away with more than 5 points.
And just finally, 2012, another year of playing rugby.
Yeah, we'll go to the end of the season and then we'll look again and we'll see. I still enjoy it, so I'll probably make a decision sort of April, May time.
Well, you look as if you've got plenty of years left. Well done, Cammy. All the best.
Thanks.
Cheers.